Hello everybody, this is Robert with Deep Thought Cycle Blog, coming at you without a heart rate monitor today. Yeah, a little bit rusty. Missed a day, you know. So anyways, what's going on everybody? Today is another day. I'm probably going faster home because I didn't really work out that well this morning. This morning I was 4 minutes sore because I didn't sleep for days. I was kind of caught up and catching up, and because of that I was kind of slacking on the day here, on the right here. Sally, that girl on my phone, I'm sure you can't hear it since my big USB speaker's out. Look at this. Monster madness, huh? Oh my God, we're going crazy. I just feel so light today. I feel so light. I got my computer on the back. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it. Must be all them powerful muscles getting built up. One day off, one morning slow. Feeling great, man. I slept an hour, lunch, doing the naps. Part of the new strategy. Clean body, clean mind, take a goddamn nap. It's revitalizing. And I'm starting to see a difference. My appetite is slowed down. I'm not eating as much as I used to. Yeah, I'm still pretty fucking fat. I mean, but my arms getting some tone in them, and I just feel that revitalization of the body happening, which is good. It's good. You know, when I first came out here to ride home, they had a commercial. It said, IBM's machine did not just kick everybody's ass in poker for fun. It takes a lot of power. And we didn't make it to kick ass. We're using IBM's technology for your business. That was a commercial from Google and my YouTube music channel thing. Oh, I feel like I want to jump and hop on my bike. Jesus Christ, I feel so good. What am I losing? I'm missing some of my bags. My laptop and my keyboard. I still feel fast, baby. Oh my God. What kind of madness is this? So, no heart rate monitor. I'd like to see what my heart is doing right now. I'd like to see. And it's how the world will end. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I feel so nice and pretty. I feel pretty and stuff inside. Oh, we're going down, down, down. Oh my. Oh, Jesus. So anyways, because I wasn't shifted right. So anyways, what I want to talk about is automation. And I know we talked about this before, and students' life, bike tires. Maybe we should talk about tires first. I guess I'd have to say that these tires, tubeless tires, are losing air faster than the tubed ones. Because like in 1 week or less than a week, I noticed like a 15 psi drop in pressure. So that means I got to stay on top of pumping them up. I decided just to run flat out at 80 in front and rear, right? I got to remember, when I feel good, I'm not going for power, huh? That's easy to get in that low RPM power thing. I forgot I'm going for cadence. See a couple of the day off, and look at what it does. I didn't ride yesterday because I didn't get enough sleep. So we know what happens when we don't get enough sleep. So I forgot about the whole high RPM thing. I'll work on that. Okay. That was a right-hand drive, rich Hong Kong car, Mercedes, millionaire. And we got a problem with millionaires. That's part of the problem here. So what's the problem? What's the story, Morning Glory? You know, when I teach, I like to get people thinking and get their brains moving. And hard to do, man. All right, turn on my. Why is it hard to teach? Well, in China, man. All right, so let me tell you about my lesson today. I know I told you about this before. I did the lesson about countries, nationalities, and languages. And the way that works is, this guy fixes bikes. The way that works is, he's got an electric bike that don't let him pull you. is I've got a worksheet I made with the 7 continents laid out, and I asked the students one by one to stand up. What's the name of that continent? I asked them in Chinese and English. Now, when I first did this assignment many years ago, I couldn't believe it. 2000 and late, and the Chinese kids did not know the name of the continents. I mean, even the continent that they live on. Oh, this is gonna be a stop and go event, huh? Even their own goddamn continent. And they would say Africa or Asia. They would say all this jazz. Like, they'd get them all mixed up in Chinese. And the first time I thought, well, maybe it's just a bad class at a bad school. And I did this activity repeatedly. And I'd say 60 to 80% of my classes from middle school, high school, university, were not able to correctly answer the questions on that activity. Like, what continent is that? And year after year, I saw little improvements in their score. Now, we could talk about what people know about international events or whatever, but this is like basic geography. Now, I know we got all these flat earthers out there, if it's a serious thing, but like, these kids, students, have no idea. And when I tell them how shocking that is, it's almost as shocking that they don't know what a thesaurus is. And they've been studying English. And, oh, did I go too far? Shit. I did. I don't want to go over the bridge, I want to go low Shi. Let's try to go right here. See what happens. I'm going a new way home, guys. So, I tell them, like, hey man, that's pretty shocking. It's 2018, and you don't even know. And we do another activity. The other activity, I ask them, hey, she comes from, she is, and she speaks. Like, she comes from England, she is English, she speaks English. England we get to Scotland, and they say, oh, she comes from England, and she speaks Scottish. So that's when I break out the Braveheart YouTube, which, come on, use YouTube in the classroom? What an abomination in China. Well, man, that's like saying she comes from China. She's Japanese. You want to piss off the people in Scotland? It's not the same country, man. So, okay, so we do that one. And then, so this is where I normally come out, huh? That's cool. I knew it was this road. It's an electric car right there. So that's cool. This BMW trying to smash me. So, oh, Ling Ling Chi, huh? How nice. So then she says, so Scotland, they give the fuck up. So then we do Singapore, where their official language is Chinese and English, and a neighbor of China. And most of them get that question wrong too. Like, man, they're your neighbor. You don't know what language they speak? And then we go and we do Canada. And 90% of them don't know they speak French in Canada. Look at this asshole, man. They don't know. I know the official language should be Chinese in Canada, right? Because it's little China. So, Colombia. So, after we finish this great knowledge quest, I'm just like, man, I do this year after year. The system is broken, man. And they don't feel. If I show them, like, you go to dictionary.com, you go to Merriam-Webster's website, you pick all the popular websites, and you see thesaurus. Thesaurus, thesaurus, thesaurus. And all their life, they've never learned about thesaurus. In any city, bookstores don't sell them. And I say, did you ever question what that is? No. They have no interrogative thinking process, right? And this becomes like depressing. So then I play the Disney song. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. And I show them the 50th anniversary Small World After All extravaganza from Times Square on YouTube. Look it up. They don't give a fuck. Anything outside of China, they absolutely do not even open their fucking eyes. Like they're scared. And like they're scared to look at the sign, man. For the, you know, I give out books each class to the students that have computers. I had one of 4 classes had burned 90% of their laptops. I'm so proud. I took a picture, put it on Facebook, check it out. I gave a gift, the complete novel collection from George Orwell. I gave Christine by Stephen King. I gave some SAT cram books. I gave IELTS vocabulary study book. I gave What else did I give them? I gave them command line Kung Fu for Linux, and I gave them art that changed the world. That's what I gave last class. And I gave them Cosmos by Carl Sagan, and I gave them Contact by Carl Sagan. All these great novel collections. I taught them the quotation. A person that reads, when they died, they lived 1,000 lives. But a person that never leaves has only lived one life. And of course, they don't give a fuck. One or two of them do, and for those one or two, it's worth it. But as I'm teaching the pile of rocks who have had all the intuition and interrogative skills brainwashed out of them, we talked about jobs the week before, right? And work. So I looked on YouTube. I shared with them the link for Elon Musk's video to practice their English. They don't give a fuck. I mean, if it's not Chinese, they do not even care. So then I show them this. If you search for automation in AJ, Al Jazeera has a couple short and simple topics about automation and jobs. About 10 minutes during the break, in which they talk about how the history of human innovation has changed. I thought it was pretty good. They talked about how many jobs electricity created, and we used to be in agriculture, and then we switched to production. These jobs got better, and the quality of living improved. How the automobile sprung a huge industry of jobs, and it was in real layman's terms, really cute. Actually, there's this one called Kurzgesagt, a German word. It was animation. I thought it was really interesting, and they talked about those jobs those were good jobs. That was an example of innovation, learning to more jobs. And then they talked about the information age, how this is not leading to jobs like it did during the car age. I mean, even the electric cars, that changeover to electric cars is not going to create as many jobs as the initial invention of the automobile. And they did a comparison about how GE, or General Motors, had like 100 and 200,000, I don't know the amount of workers, but the capital in 1979 that they made, and then Google in 2015 or 16, whatever, made 20% more with 70% less people. And they talked about that. And not just Google. Job after job was making money, more money, with less people. So with the graphics and the simple descriptions, I thought it's a great, an easy to follow thing. And they talked about the jobs change from production to service. And I thought, wow, this is pretty good. And then they talked about how machines specialized in repetitive functions until we introduced machine learning. And now machine learning was recognizing and learning as we collected data about our everyday activities. We use computers, like every kind of piece of data. Forget that Facebook collecting data. You guys are missing the big picture. Data has been collected about, you know, what's that called? Cambridge Analytics? Forget that story, man. Almost every kind of job we do, every function of our daily lives, it's not Cambridge Analytics, so you gotta be worried about. All that data is compiled together for people to have machine learning study. And we have this huge database of human routines, almost every job skill that we have now. That data is being farmed for machine learning. And AI is being you fucking shit. See, I got my light blinking, I can't fucking see, huh? AI is being used to farm that data and develop machines. Now, you look at a cockpit, and they showed it at plane animation. The different functions of flying. Look at all these jobs. The AI is finding the common routines and automating it. And more, from you name it, from stocking shelves to warehouse workers, to drivers, to doctors, to almost every kind of position, there are routines. And humans are becoming outsourced, or they're becoming non-competitive in this structure. I mean, we are becoming obsolete in all these jobs that had special functions. And more people are graduating that need jobs. And new job creation is not keeping up. And the data and the layout and the presentation of this fact is simple. They had not only the Musk's interview on, they had some CEOs of Yahoo, and he talked about not just him, but many different wealthy and successful tech pioneers are offshoring their land and their investments because they see a big...
Hi, hold on.
Hey!
I see you.
What are you doing, JD? Oh my God, it's the living hero, and he doesn't even have a helmet on. This is the man that's got the roll hop tandem, and he's riding this foldable bike. He's got the shop with everything. JD, what happened?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Why?
We're doing a live vlog right now.
Now let's go home.
We're going that way.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, see you later. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. Special guest, JD. Woo! So anyways, this YouTube guy was talking about, I'm sorry, Yahoo. This Yahoo. He was talking about how all the big successful tech people, well, not all of them, but many of them, are preparing bunkers, literally. They say that it is clear there's going to be a very good chance of mass social disruption. And I'm watching this, and I try to get this in a 10-minute video, and there are videos on YouTube. You know, Kurt's gesagt. If you look for that one, or AI or AG, search for automation jobs. And I'm watching this, I'm like, man, you guys, this needs to be dominant discourse. I feel like, you know that movie where they're on a train and they can't stop the train? And this train has been going for like 100 years or something, and they just can't stop the train. I feel like humanity's momentum is rolling towards. Now this is scary. I mean, it's becoming more clear to me that we are running towards a catastrophe much bigger than the greenhouse. And the greenhouse, and I mean the climate change, is nothing to scoff at. But we've got something in our midst that's social unrest that is a much bigger threat than climate change. And I like to have this topic in my classroom. And obviously, this should be a topic being taught in all the classrooms right now. This is a serious threat that is not being addressed. Now, I can understand students unable to discuss that topic. But when you have a professor like me, who puts the topic on the table. Right after he actively demonstrates a lack of basic knowledge. I'm not trying to shame the students by asking them to name the continent Asia that they live on. That girl says, oh, that's Japan. I said, that's Japan. The whole fucking continent, huh? Seriously, man. And when I play that animation, they don't say, wow. They don't watch. They don't even look. It's like they question nothing. Like going to, those things are faster now, huh? Shit. Technology. Look at the Model 3 weighs 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds more than the Roadster. And in a couple years it could go 80 miles longer. That's improvement in technology, right? Look how fast that little scooter's going. So number one is the society in the world. While the rich and the elite, it appears, they're quite aware of what's up. And if you see the people that were interviewed in the Industrial AI Expo, what they had in these videos, like they're all, yeah, man, the engineers, they know what's up. And that's no different. I mean, what am I, crazy? Come on, when they talk about climate change, they say, talk to the scientists. Well, I'm saying, well, go talk to the scientists that are developing AI and automation and see what their response is. Like every single one of them is like, man, we're gonna have a massive loss of jobs on an unseen scale. These jobs are not these advancements are not contributing. And the thing is all these products, if there's not workers getting paid, they can't be consumed. So this, I feel, directly impacts not only me, because when I get to be my 50s, I mean, I'm already going to face challenges, but in about 10 years, I think we're going to start feeling the full effect. That's going to be like a double whammy for me. I go to the US, what the fuck, look how challenging it is in the US. You know, right here I got a niche market. I don't know if that's gonna happen in the US or not. I try to get on with Elon Musk, any of Elon Musk's companies, since they'll be at the forefront of automation and innovation. But other than that, man, this is scary, man. And I'm not talking about this traffic. I mean, I'd be a fool to not be scared of this traffic. I'm very conscious. But the US situation, oh, look at that Porsche up there, huh? Fucking cancer of the world, man. Situation is the weather outside is frightful. Fire so delightful. Da 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 da. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Situational is frightful. And the future generation in these universities, man, they're just like the fucking, they're like the Pink Floyd video. These kids here, man, like, seriously, like, going into the meat grinder. And there, China's gonna have a hard landing, man. I believe China's gonna lead in automation. They're gonna be at the forefront. The income gap is great here, and trying to become profitable, and their experience and their ecosystem of production is going to lead them to have one of the biggest automated societies. And that, my friends, is going to perpetuate the Chinese class struggle that occurs every 40 years throughout China's history. Only this is going to reverberate around the world. All around the world, the same song. All around the world, same song. You know? So, Tesla song, Milo. As long as a bumblebee circles a rose, as long as ladies walk through fields under their umbrellas, as long and happy infants are born, on the day the world ends, as the drunkard grows lazy on the side of the lawn, and the snake is gold skin, as it always should be. Those who expected thunder and lightning and the archangels trumps are disappointed. As an old white-haired man who should be a prophet, yet he is not, for he is much too busy, says to himself as he binds the tomatoes, there will be another end of the world. He knows that it's happening now. He says, there will be no other end of the world. There will be no other end of the world. I mean, you know, that poem is quite fitting. As I sit here on the back of my Honda, playing workouts by Jane Fonda. My posse's on Broadway. Posse up. Fuck you, man. Stay away from my bike. Motherfuckers! I feel like a prophet on this bicycle. This is Deep Thought Cycle Prophecies. We're gonna call it Deep Thoughts Cycle Prophecies. Dun dun dun. And we're not coming to you from Davos. We're not coming from a boardroom. I do not have fucking shit. Alright, I'm gonna take over. I do not have a team of scientists or special experts. I do not have a film crew. I was listening to Gucci Crew earlier. However, I feel like I got my finger on the pulse. I feel like, kick it over here, baby, drop. Feel the beat. I feel like it's clear, man. While I'm sitting here binding my tomatoes, is a peddler's shout in the streets. I forgot that line of the poem, right? And my dog laid by the side of the road dying, saying, thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. I'll love you till the end of the world. With your eyes black as coal and your long dark curls. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. I'll love you till the end of the world. With your eyes black as coal and your long dark curls. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. I love you till the end of the world. Eyes black as coal and your long dark curl. Da-da-da. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you. I love that song. Everybody sing along. I love you till the end of the world. Eyes black as coal and your long dark pearl. Okay, anyways. So, but who's listening to me? I don't even know if my camera's fucking working right now. I'm gonna check. Watch. I did not do my camera check. Hate to stop. Oh my God. As I sat there praying, not to God, but to glory of you, saying my last breath to the dog laying on the side of the road by the pencil seller's dog as the bomb's going off, saying, thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. I love you till the end of the world. Till your eyes black. Okay. I gotta get back in it. Get back. Get back, Jojo. So anyways. What, you know, what do I do? So I tell you, it's like, it's depressing to teach. For me, 8 hours of zombie students with no fucking spark in their eyes. Makes me want to hit my head against the wall. You know, when I'm teaching young kids like 4, 5, and 6, I could focus on teaching them basics of what they need to learn self-learning. But when I teach university kids, I expect them to have a heart, which I know. So what else is going on in my life? A lot's going on, man. I got to try to apply to immigration for my wife, and I'm trying to find out my German wife's divorce. Tomorrow's my only day off. Besides Saturday. And I put out I looked for some help on Facebook. I asked my German friends if somebody could help me find my ex-wife Anya, so I could ask her about when she got a divorce, so I could get a copy of the paper, because I can't really apply, I don't think, until I get that paper. And I don't know about the whole affidavit for support thing, how that's gonna work. And I read there's some kind of stipulation that they don't want to let mentally ill people into America or something. I don't know, man. You gotta have a visit. My wife's bipolar. Manic, and she never hurt anybody outside or anything. So I don't know, man. I hope that's not an issue. You know. So I'm kind of, I found out there's a German embassy in Guangzhou. I guess I'll go to the immigration and customs first to try to start that process. Mayhaps I'll go there tomorrow and see what I can do to get my family in there. I mean, I might, maybe I'll go before I find out about my German divorce. I guess. You know, honestly, you know, I had to work last night. I did Friday's classes on a Sunday because of the tome sweeping schedule. They take your holiday and they put days together and they fucking mix everything up, and in the end it's just a lot of fucking work, you know. So I'm kind of worn out a little bit, you know. I try not to be. But you know, you gotta never be worn out. It don't matter what. I'm getting old, man. So I guess I'll try to go to the embassy tomorrow. I'll get home and I'll figure it out. I've been trying to work on my kids' lesson plan. On Saturday, I try to update the lesson plan system to a structure to make it easier for me and my wife to plan lessons for the kids. My wife's not drinking, but she's going to her menstrual cycle, in which she has a lot of serious bipolar problems during her menstrual cycle. So I'm trying to walk her through this time as we walk through the valley of death. Serious, man, it's really tough. I try to get her to visualize, like, I explain to her the mind's way of healing, like people solve cancer by visualizing an event, and people heal injuries through meditation. And I try to explain to her, like, pretend she's reaching for a cup on the top shelf, and to meditate on that analogy and that image of just barely grabbing that cup with your fingertips and stretching out and getting the whole cup in your hands and grabbing it, just barely reaching it. Or like a bed, like a bone that falls on the side of the bed, and a crack that's too thin to get your arm in, and you barely reach your fingers. Just visualize that, I said, and try to associate her depression with the action of reaching for that cup. And while she feels helpless about it, when she gets to serious depression, like, man, it fucks her up. I'll tell you what, I tell her, you know, well, go through that, meditate on that idea of grabbing for the cup, and you know, I'm not there. So it's a challenge, man. I can't walk her through the shit when I'm gone. I can only coach her when I'm home. And this is very much mouse away, cat will play her. Cat away, mouse will play situation. So I'm trying to you know, literally, man, during her menstruation, she could fuck everything up, stay in bed, turn into a fucking depressed crackhead zombie fucking crackhead. And I'm trying to avoid that. And this is the kind of bullshit I gotta deal with, man. Not just your everyday life is hard struggles. I gotta deal with this fucking intensive therapy with my wife, man. Which is great. It's like a Kit Kat moment, you know? like snapping into a Slim Jim or something, you know? Yeah. And that shit's tough. So anyways, I got go do that. I tried to talk with caseworkers, and the intake officer kind of casually passed me off to talk with new permanent case records, who casually hardly said shit to me, man. Said that Qualtaco was, they finally met with them and they gave me like 4 sentences after not seeing my son for how long and asking to communicate and whatnot. They said that he was feeling up and down, getting bullied a little bit. Sometimes he's saying he wanted to go back to China. Sometimes he said he was suicidal. I never heard Qualtaco say that before. And there's a group home with 4 boys. They're autistic. They talk about placing them in. I asked if I could communicate with them, and they seemed to completely not talk about that subject. He's got a lawyer, or he's got a case hearing coming up on the 9th. I've got some notifications from a lawyer to apply for this lawyer to be my attorney or something, to represent me when I'm not there. And I filled out the application. I haven't heard nothing back. And I don't know, man. I don't know. My displaced mother, who I've not seen for a million years, who I have hardly lived with my entire life, is on this class action lawsuit or something against Johnson & Johnson. And I guess Johnson & Johnson caused some kind of cancer, and she's on one of the lawsuits about that shit. She says if she gets a settlement, she will help out my family. And I don't know, man. If you believe in the man in the moon, if you believe in the man in the moon, man in the moon. I've been hearing that kind of shit for years. My whole life. Never got nothing from nobody. So my mom casually brought it up that Paul Taco was abused, and good thing he ran away. And they don't want to let him talk to me, probably because I never stopped him from being abused, she says, and it's for his future to forget the pain he had growing up with me. And she said all this shit to me, and I'm like, man, you know what? Look, this is Sparta, and my wife was fucked up to my son, no doubt. And my wife is sick, and she did shit what I fucking hate. But I never abused my son myself. And it's not right what she did, no doubt. However, when he ran away, she was a pain in the ass to him, and she did do something, but this is not an excuse for Paul Taco belling on his brothers like this. And I was never abusive to him like what I experienced growing up. I'm sorry I'm not from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So I want Paul Taco to be okay, but I don't feel as though that I was like, that he needs to be protected from me. I did everything I could for him, and I love him very much. And I love his brothers. Life is indeed fucked up, man. I'm sorry. So I recalled them the caseworkers, and I said, look, man, if you don't want to communicate with me, so be it. My door is always open. Here's Paul Taco's homeschool records. And whatever, man. My mom's got a lot of, she's got to be careful about throwing rocks in glass houses, I'll tell you what. But you know, she grew up in a really abusive environment, and she was a victim. And she lashes out at all men, including me. In the end, Paul Taco jumped ship, man. He made a life-changing decision. However, he'll be 18 soon. We'll see what happens, and I'm torn up about it. My wife going bipolar. Man, you guys don't know what that is, bipolar. She tried to fight me. In her bipolar way, say, oh yeah, why you let me do that to your son? Why didn't you get a divorce and take the children away from me? And she's trying to say, like, I don't know, you met people with bipolar, man. Wow. She said the most psychological, evil shit. She tried to make a fight with me when she's like, I don't want to say tripping, but when she's tripping on her bipolar shit. And she's all, hey, Robert, you want me to go buy you something to drink? I'm all, she's like, you want something to drink? I'm like, yeah, go make me some iced tea. Sucker. I sure do feel like drinking. However, I also feel the need to exercise a heightened form of control over my body and my impulses and focus, and to use this adversity as a forward momentum. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. It's like, this is the age of automation. End of the world coming. These are like the comets. Fuck you, man. These are like the tiny comets coming before the asteroid hits the Earth. In my own personal life, on the way to, on the path to self-destruct. So anyways, you guys might not remember, a year ago I got an operation on Solaris's penis, Solaris's dick. He had a trapped dick, trapped penis, and I talked about this before. And the operation, I wanted, it was expensive, but I wanted, say, it was a complete success. In fact, I feel he needs to have another operation. Now, you know, I put like $3,000 in Bitcoin last year, in altcoins, and I'm down. At one point, I was up to $8,000, and I'm down. I haven't sold them. I haven't sold the altcoins. I'm still holding in hopes that they'll bounce. However, I'm accepting the fact that that money's gone, and it sucks because that could have been enough for his operation, I guess. But I'm thinking I got to give him an operation, coinciding with the fact I got to have money for immigration and get my wife her visa and go to the US. I'm just feeling like if I don't get a Solaris operation before I go to the US, it might be too hard. It might be too hard to give him an operation in America. Not might, but definitely with the cost of mental health, with the cost of health care, and so that kind of hit me this morning. I realized, well, damn it, I got to get that done, and I got to get it done when I could go sit in the hospital. You guys remember last time I got that operation, I sat in the hospital for a week. My wife didn't come once. She didn't come when he was being put under, and she was drunk when she was supposed to come pick us up. I had to carry Solaris with no pants on to a taxi. She was supposed to come to my trailer, and I was just gonna wheel him out in the trailer like a wheelchair. And you ain't supposed to be moving around like after an operation like that. But it was his discharge day, and my wife, being the alcoholic she is, was not there. She didn't go for his operation or anything. I did that all myself. And I love Solaris to death. So this realization that I got to give him another operation just hit me like a load of bricks today. I know, go back to the same hospital, which is the best hospital around here. I guess that's my only choice. Poor Solaris, man. I feel like if I wait too long, it might hurt his dick more. I don't know, man. And then the thing is, you know, I'm looking on Facebook, and I love my sister because she's my flesh and blood, and I'm kind of dutiful like that. I expect my children to be to each other how Chautauqua failed that duty to his brothers, abandoning them. And I know you guys say, oh, I can't expect that of a son, but no, you're wrong. Other people expect cheerleading, football. I expect my brothers to have absolute loyalty to each other. That's a skill I want them to excel in above all else. I try to instill that value in Chautauqua. Apparently I failed. So I try to carry that same value towards my sister, whether or not she likes it or not, or reciprocates it. When I see my sister's Facebook, not passing no judgment, but all her talking, I know she might just be talking smack, but she's always all, oh yeah, about the size of guys' dicks, right? Now I don't know if she's metaphorically speaking, but her whole fixation on that topic is like, man, Solaris got a serious problem with that issue, and he's a great little boy. And I worry about him going into a world where people talk like that, and the future he's gonna face. I mean, I'm not hung like a mule. You know, Chautauqua was hung like a fucking mule by his youngest child, Apollo, man. I thought Chautauqua's got the biggest dick I've ever seen on a fucking human being. And it seemed like Apollo, man, is gonna have a larger dick than Chautauqua. I don't know what the fuck, because I'm just like, I don't know what DNA they got that from, because I'm just like average, right? And you know what they say about Chinese? But trust me, man, whatever my kids got, like, anyhow, Solaris did not get that. He got the complete opposite, and he's had some operations. And me, I never cared, man. Of all my problems in life, the size of my dick or whatever. Now I know there's some guys that really care about that kind of shit, but for me, that's like you ask me the size of my elbow or some kind of the size of my ear. I mean, whatever my problems with life and women, it's nothing about the size of my dick. I don't know. I know maybe some girls really like that or whatever. Maybe, I don't know what. I just never, it's a non-issue for me. You know what I mean? So see my sister, I tried to talk to her about like, yo, what's up, Katie? Man, I got a little boy here that touches the nerve. You know, I don't know, man. While Talk was sitting in America, disillusioned, telling the caseworkers, oh yeah, my aunt's gonna come and see me. Come on, man. Ain't nobody in my family gave a fuck about my children. I told Qualtaqua that's how it's gonna be. Nobody's gonna do nothing. He's in for a rude way. I mean, you guys gotta understand, Qualtaqua was autistic. So anyways, well, how's that for some fucking, that's like some kind of crazy kind of bullshit, huh? Yeah. What else is there? I gotta get my wife back into cooking. Kind of fell out of the cooking rhythm. So right now I'm focused on lesson plans and visas and Qualtaqua and moving. I gotta get this shit going cooking. I've been working on the, I gotta take this phone call here. Hey, what's up? Huh? Why? What? I can't hear you. Why? Look, I'll be home in, what'd you say? Why? Look, I'll be home in a couple minutes. I'll call you. So anyways, like, I gotta figure out the cooking situation. Tomorrow I'll be getting paid. My first paycheck, about 18,000 RMB. I'll give 5,000 to my boss for my visa. I'll give another 5,000 for the money I borrowed to move. I'll give 2,500 for the money I borrowed to pay for my server. And I'll give 2,000 for my rent. And then I will not have no more fucking money. Is that nice? I need to get a, here's that Porsche, huh? I need to get oven and food and shit like that. I just bought 1,000 grams, which is 1 kilogram of toner, black, yellow, blue, red. That cost me about 600 or 700 yen. I bought this toner. Instead of paying the 300 yen per month service fee, I decided to try to service my own printer. I see them had a big huge bag of toner when they refilled the toner in my house, and I looked up on Taobao and I was able to locate large bags myself. So try to save some money. I wanted to get the boys in football, some extracurricular activities. However, now I got to think about this operation. So and I got to find out what the immigration says. So I'm real conflicted. I'm trying to get the virtual box server going. And man, that thing is like a black hole. Sucks your time away completely, you know? Sucks your time away. I probably did not ride home as hard as I should have, huh? Yeah. Gotta get into it. These ramen noodle buffets, where you load up on ramen noodle, are getting very popular in China. It's shitty fucking food and overpriced, but it's cheaper than other shit. Makes you full. Been eating a lot of that lately. Wow, we made it, huh? Not exactly the hardest workout, huh? Sorry about that. Russ never sleeps, especially in this whole body, I'll tell you what. Home sweet home. I got so many things to do. I honestly don't know where to start. Don't know where to start, man. I'm a prophet that's too busy. Look at that Porsche, man. I beat this fucking Porsche, huh? Man, we seen that Porsche win. Way back there, huh? Look at how much I beat its ass. Just goes to show you. Ain't nobody like this. Ha. Ride a bike, it's better, everybody. A to B. No gas, no Porsche. I still beat them. What was that called? That was like, what was that movie? What's that movie called? Need for Speed? No, what was that movie? I don't know, man. What's that fucking movie called? Fast and the Furious. That's what that was, Fast and Furious. Fast and the Furious. I never even seen those movies before. All right. That took